A special announcement. A new patron giveaway for all new patrons in the month of January in the year of our Lord 2023. There will be a giveaway of a bailout bag, a mini bug out bag. If you've listened for a while to different episodes, you'll know I'm big on that concept. That next level up from your EDC. For all new patrons this month, a chance to win the Smith & Wesson M&P Sling Bag. It's designed to carry a gun and magazines. It's designed to carry a full-size fighting handgun. My wife's full-size M&P fits in there really nicely. 2 spare magazines. You could fit more, but it has specialized pouches for that. And I'm also giving away with it a really nice, good, what I think is a well-balanced fixed blade knife. It's an SOG Bushcraft. It's called the Bushcraft, but it will be a fine tactical fighting knife. It will be a fine bushcraft knife. It's beefy enough that I would not feel bad putting it on a war belt or on a chest rig, and I wouldn't feel bad if I had to bone out an elk with it on the side of a mountain. It's a decent knife. And it's SOG, it's not some junk brand knife you find at a gas station. It's a good knife. The bag and the knife will be raffled off. All new patrons will have a chance to win. If you want to enter this, go to the Patreon page. There should be a link in the show notes. We'll put pictures up. You may have to scroll down a little bit in the feed. A lot of the stuff, most of the stuff in Patreon is for patrons, but I will make this viewable to everybody. So if you want to check out pictures of this, and you want some other stuff, because there's some other free content that I put out for everybody on the Patreon page. Anyway, check it out. Don't worry if you're already a patron. I want to do a special giveaway, and I'm only going to tell the patrons, at least until after I give it away, what that stuff is I'm going to give away for existing patrons. Anyway, check it out. If you want to win the knife, the bag, click on the link and become a patron. I guess I should put in the caveat, you're going to have to be 18 because I'm shipping a knife, and I'm going to limit it to living in the United States. What is going on, alpha males? Welcome to the Alpha Male Podcast. The podcast where we talk about what it means to be a man the right way. Strong and dominant, in control, made in the image of God. What are we going to talk about today? Manly snacks. Snacks for the alpha male. A fun and I think a good and important topic. Because there's so much that a lot of people will call food nowadays that I would not consider proper human food. So let's get into the topic. I had the bio and some other housekeeping stuff at the end. But alpha male snacks. I want to say first and foremost, you should know where I'm going to start if you've listened for any length of time. Just like I start in the podcast, just like I start in a workout episode or in a workout session by God's grace. Hopefully always start out with God. Your body is a wonderful gift from God. Now, anything can be an idol, and people can make the body an idol. Do not idolize your body. It's not a thing to be worshipped, neither yours or anybody else's. So be on guard for that. But it is a wonderful gift from God. And if somebody gives you a gift that you love and respect and you appreciate, you should take care of and maintain that gift as best you can. How would you feel if you gave something to your son that was really important and he just trashed it and left it outside and treated it like garbage and didn't care about it? Didn't maintain it? It would probably make you pretty sad as a father. Opposed to you giving your son something and he cherishes it and enjoys it and takes good care of it, right? That would make you happier as a father. Likewise, our Heavenly Father gave us a wonderful gift, our body. It is a great gift from God. Our body is a temple to serve God. 1 Corinthians. Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God? And you are not your own, for you are bought at a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So in that good, I would submit right and well-adjusted thought, let us look at some good alpha male snacks. I'm not going to tell you how you should eat. I'm going to tell you that my diet has been usually the same for a lot of years. And I don't know when the keto diet came about, but I remember me doing a very similar diet, hearing about keto and being like, oh yeah, that's what I do. I've been doing it for years and years and years. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to say that I was doing that way before keto. Keto may have existed. I don't have TV. I don't know. But when I heard about it, it was already a thing that I had been doing for a while. It makes a lot of sense. Your body needs protein. Your body needs fat. That's it. Your body can make other things from protein that it needs. That's all I'm going to get to on that today. I don't want to get too deep into that. If you got questions, you want to contact me, you can contact me at goodshepherdtraining.com. But let's get into some of my go-to alpha male snacks. The first one we're going to talk about, peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter. It is delicious. It is manly. It is healthy. It has got good fat. It's got protein. And not all peanut butter is created equal. Here's the ingredients list for good peanut butter. Peanuts. Period. End of ingredient list. Peanuts and salt permissible. You don't need a bunch of that other superfluous stuff they put in there. Find stuff without hydrogenated oils and without a bunch of extra sugar. I personally consider refined sugar equivalent to a street drug. I'm not telling you that's the way you need to think, but I consider it like dangerous controlled substance. I don't like to mess around with it. But you can get really good peanut butter, and you don't have to go to some crazy fancy store. Winco if you're out west, Walmart will have versions. Most places will have a version. It doesn't have to be the crazy expensive kind either. That just lists peanuts or peanuts and salt. And also, you know what you need for consumption of peanut butter? Your fingers. Maybe a stick. If you want to get fancy, a spoon. You don't need to put it on bread. You don't need to put it with jelly. You need peanut butter and you need to eat it. That's basically it. A little story about how much I like peanut butter. Guess what I got for my last birthday? 90-something pounds of peanut butter. On top of the peanut butter I already had. I have one container of that left because I'm saving it, but I've bought plenty of additional jars of peanut butter since then. It is a big part of my diet, and it is a big part of snacks. Peanut butter. Enough said. Let's talk about something I also really enjoy. Chocolate. Here's what you need on a good ingredient list for really good chocolate. Chocolate. Period. Full stop. End of sentence. Not milk chocolate. That's like less than half chocolate and the rest of it is mostly garbage. Not dark chocolate, because that's like 50% chocolate and like 50% garbage. Not extra dark. If it's 80% chocolate, it's 20% garbage. You get what I'm saying? Real actual chocolate, cocoa, is good. It's got good fat. It's got protein. It's got fiber. It's really good. If you're expecting like a sweet candy treat, it ain't it. That's not what it is. You want to alpha male up, eat 100% chocolate. 100% chocolate. Ingredient list, chocolate. Ghirardelli makes some really good stuff. It's not my favorite, but you can find it a lot of different places. But the Ghirardelli 100%. You probably won't find it in the candy aisle because it's not candy. You'll probably find it in the baking aisle. 100% chocolate. Again, don't expect candy. This is not candy, but it is delicious. It is an awesome alpha male snack. It is good. It is healthy for you. Also really good to curb an appetite if you're really hungry, but you know you're not going to eat for a while. A square of that is really good. I mentioned peanut butter. You can obviously also just eat peanuts. Now, I'm against sugar and a bunch of other chemicals. My general rule is if you see it on a label and you cannot pronounce it and you don't know what it is, you probably shouldn't be eating it. That said, you don't have to be bland all the time. Yeah, just regular peanuts are delicious. If you're in the deep south, maybe some boiled peanuts. Peanuts and water, that's okay. Peanuts and salt, good. Your body needs salt. So if you get away from eating all that processed food, your body needs salt. But just peanuts are good. One of my go-tos that are cheap, I find these at Dollar Tree. I'm sure other places make them, but Dollar Tree has them. The ingredients are good and they're not expensive. Chili lime peanuts. Chili lime peanuts are awesome. I have 2 bags of them sitting in the driver's seat of my car right now. They're a good road trip snack. They're easy to eat. If your hands are dirty, you feel that you've been working on the car, whatever, just tear a corner of the bag and dump them in your mouth. They're a super easy snack. They don't need to be cooked or anything like that. They are delicious. chili lime peanuts. Also, I'll mention you can find a lot of places the Blue Diamond almonds. I really like those. They come in a lot of good flavors. Again, not all flavors are created equal. I got a jar right now just coincidentally sitting next to the computer. Some of the flavors I would submit are more healthier for you than others, but you should be able to find one hopefully that you like and that is healthy. My favorite is the salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar are awesome. Also, on the nuts with flavor, a lot of places sell bulk nuts. If you find some, there is a flavor I've found that is called Everything Bagel Cashews. They taste like a bagel, but they're cashews with like the different other seeds and garlic and stuff on there. They are fantastic. If you can find those, they are really good. Just pick a flavor that you like or make your own. Making salt and vinegar is not that hard. You dissolve salt and vinegar, coat the nuts on them, let it dry, you got salt and vinegar nuts. Or legumes. Don't send me a thing saying that cashews are actually a legume. Don't care. But anyway, anything like that, any kind of seed, nut, legume, are generally really good for you. They're high in fats, they're high in proteins, especially as far as plants go. They are delicious. A little fun thing we talked about in the Patreon chat. A lot of times we just have lighthearted discussions, right? Something you miss out on if you're not in the Patreon chat. But we had a discussion. If all the nuts and legumes costed the same, what would be your favorite? Now, peanuts are way cheaper. That's why it was the thing I started with. They're usually like $2. Well, I don't want to say with inflation, but they're usually by far the cheapest nut per pound. If they all cost the same, peanuts being $2 a pound, let's just say for an example, and Brazil nuts being $10 or $12 a pound, what would be your favorite? I really like pecans. I like cashews. I still really like peanuts, although I eat a lot more of them because they are cheaper and they have about the same nutritional value. But anyway, just a fun chat we had. Thought I'd bring it up. Here is an alpha male snack that I've been eating since I was a kid. Delicious. Sardines. Sardines are so good. They are so good for you. It's a fish in a can. Awesome. Got the bones in there. They're crunchy. They're delicious. I really like the ones coated in olive oil. You can get them coated in olive oil. I really like that. If you're doing these as like a storage thing, you're storing them for a prep, you got the same amount of space and they got way more calories. So if it's like a survival food snack ration, get the ones with oil. So oil is good to cook in. Anyway, I like the ones with olive oil anyway. They taste delicious. If you're trying to count calories or on a restricted calorie diet, you might want to get the ones in water. So they have a lot of really good flavors. The ones in mustard sauce, the ones in hot sauce, they're all good. Steer clear. I don't really like soy. Steer clear of the ones in soybean oil. That's just me. But there's a lot of really good flavors of sardines. If you can't handle the sardine, because I know not everybody likes sardines. I grew up fishing. I helped my father out commercial fishing. He's a commercial fisherman. His father's a commercial fisherman. I could care less. Literally cut raw meat off a hanging deer and eat it raw. But if you're the kind of person that gets grossed out by eating a whole fish, a whole sardine, you can get like herring fillets, which are like a little bit bigger of a fish, but they just take the fillet and do the same thing. So if you're not ready for the whole sardine, you don't want to eat on the bones or whatever, you might look at the herring fillets. Also may look at mackerel. Sometimes you can get canned mackerel. Really good. I like sardines. I think they're good. They got a lot of flavor. If you're not ready to go that route, they also do have canned herring and canned mackerel that you can find. Tuna to me is just so bland. If it's the same price, why would I eat tuna when I could eat a sardine? But, sardine, and also the thing about sardines is if it's a snack, you can usually just grab the sardine and put it in your mouth. Tuna is usually so dry you got to do something to it. It's hard to just eat a can of tuna. You can do it if you got a lot of water. It's not the most consumable snack because it's so dry. And then if you add mayo, there are certain kinds of mayo that are okay, but a lot of that stuff, again, has that garbage in there that I don't want to eat. Yeah, you can make a really healthy tuna sandwich or whatever with proper ingredients, but then we're getting outside of the realm of a snack into a meal. If you want a quick, good alpha male snack, open up a can of sardines and eat them. They're delicious. Again, I like the ones in olive oil the best. You do you, whatever flavor you like. Just getting into it and you like hot stuff, you might want to do the hot sauce sardines because you really just taste the hot sauce. Now I'm going to transition from what I will call just natural foods to more purpose-built, like health foods, strength, workout, diet kind of foods. I do these second because if I can eat regular food, I generally will. These are more convenient and have a lot of protein. I've been working out harder. I know my body is craving protein or fat, and I decide that I'm going to let my body eat, because that's a big part of being an alpha male. I don't just do what my body says. My body listens to me. I beat my body into submission. I don't obey my stomach. My stomach obeys me in that order. That's important. But if I need more protein and I decide that I'm going to give it to my body, then there are some companies that's what they do. Like, they make high protein snacks. I get no sponsors, no kickbacks from any of these guys. I have been using muscle milk for a long time, for I can't remember, maybe 20 years. I don't know how long it's been around, but I can't remember a time where I ate protein powder and didn't eat muscle milk. Just like a lot of other stuff, not all of this stuff is created equal. You do you, but I try and stay away from supplements. Some people may consider protein powder a supplement, but I don't. I try and stay away from like the amino acids, the creatines, all that stuff. I surrounded that stuff in high school. It's a short-term gain for a long-term detriment. Protein powder is kind of where I generally draw the line. I'm at a gym or something and I forgot to bring food, and they have like a pre-mixed thing and it has some amino acids. I'm not a purist. I'll probably drink it. If I can, I just like basic protein. Muscle milk, it's common. It's been around a long time. It is really good. It comes in a lot of flavors. Chocolate, cookies and cream. I really care less what it tastes like most of the time. I'm getting it for protein. But the muscle milk, it's good. It's not crazy expensive. It's common. You have to go to some specialty store. You probably find it at Walmart. Really being into working out and all that specialty stuff, you probably know all this stuff. This is for people wanting to eat healthy and alpha male snacks. But muscle milk, it's really good. It's readily available. If you're wondering how that can be a snack, you put it in a container. You measure it out. 1 scoop, 2 scoops, whatever. You put it in just a dry container, and when you want to consume it, you add water, you shake it up or mix it up and drink it. It's good to do this in disposable if you want to keep like your old water bottles and do it in there, because it kind of is a pain to clean out of containers. A little pro tip, just mix it in a water bottle you already emptied. Let it dry, or let a couple of them dry. Put the protein powder in there. Then when you're ready to consume it, add some water, shake it up, drink it, and throw that bottle away now, because they're a pain in the butt to clean. Also, if you want to get even more basic than that, I talk about the places that sold food in bulk, like a Winco. And I'm back east, and I haven't found a place like a Winco. I don't know what they're called here. And not a place you need a subscription to. I'm not about getting a subscription to buy food. But you can find bulk containers. A lot of time they just have bulk whey protein, where it's just great ingredient list, whey protein. Bam. It doesn't taste very good. But if you're just trying to get protein, you can do the same thing, probably cheaper. And again, if you're getting it for the protein, who cares how it tastes? You just chug it and then drink some water. You'll be fine. But those are some really good go-to protein sources. Let's talk about some other really good snacks. Quest. Quest makes really good stuff. Get no kickbacks from Quest. Get no sponsors on the show. This show is supported by patrons. But Quest, in my opinion, makes the best readily available protein bars. They don't have a lot of sugar. They don't have a lot of extra crap in there. They have a lot of selection, and they're easy to find. Like my go-to loads used to be, I would say, my go-to loads to be available at Walmart. Walmart's stopped selling a lot of ammo with all the rioting and stuff during COVID, especially handgun ammo. But you get the idea there, is that I want my go-to thing on my diet to be something easily available. And Quest bars usually are. If a place has any kind of selection of protein bars, they'll generally have Quest bars. And Quest bars are good protein bars. They're not only good in that they taste good, which is okay, I could really care less how they taste, but they're good in nutritional value without a bunch of extra stuff. Be careful. A lot of the stuff they call protein bars or energy bars or whatever is literally just candy bars. You do the research for yourself, but you might be just as well eating a Snickers, which I consider, again, a street drug. Those are some of these so-called protein bars or health bars or whatever. Look at the ingredient list on a Cliff Bar. Look at how much sugar is in a Cliff Bar. And you tell me that's a healthy, normal thing to eat. Maybe as a survival ration if I'm starving to death. But other than that, I don't consider that human food. Quest bars, again, are pretty good. There are other good ones, but I'm going to recommend the Quest protein bars because they're easily to find. You don't have to go to some special nutrition store. A lot of stores will have them. I generally get the highest protein to other junk ratio in there. And the highest one I found, maybe there's a better one, but the highest one I found or that I know of is the birthday cake one. On the birthday cake ones, they have a coating. Sure, it's just a protein mixed with something. They have like an outer coating. Not all the bars do. The outer coating melts really easy. So if you're getting these to store in your car or somewhere warm, then I would go to another flavor. Cookie dough would be my second go-to. It doesn't have a coating, so it doesn't melt as easy. And even when they melt, they taste really good. The birthday cake ones, when they melt, they just become kind of a mess. Quest also makes cookies. The cookies have less protein than the bars. They're still really high in protein, but they also have a lot more calories than the bars. You're getting a much lower protein to calorie ratio. Now, sometimes I just want calories. Sometimes I just should eat more calories. And in that case, they're fine. Or I would submit, if you really are kind of addicted to sugar and you're trying to go on a diet, you want something like a cookie that tastes really good, is way healthier than a regular cookie. You might look at the Quest cookies. They do have a lot of protein. They have a lot more protein than a lot of protein bars do. They're just not as high as the protein bar as far as calories to protein ratio. That's not really what they're for, I don't think. They're a good filling snack. They have a lot of fat. They have a lot of protein. They are high in calories, but they're also high in protein. But the Quest cookies are delicious. Like just the regular chocolate chip cookies and the Snickerdoodles, they're awesome. That would most certainly be a much better breakfast and cheaper than going to some fast food place probably and getting, shouldn't say cheaper, somewhere might have like $1 breakfast sandwich. Going to a gas station or a fast food place, I don't even know what that stuff costs. I don't generally eat it. I don't eat it at all, actually. And getting like a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. It would be a much healthier option. And probably tastes better. Although Quest cookies are really good, I don't eat them anywhere near as much as the protein bars for reasons already stated. Quest also makes chips. The chips are really good. Atkins also makes chips. I believe Quest and Atkins are kind of owned by the same company, but the Quest chips, just the cheese chips, cheese flavored. For whatever reason, the Atkins version of that has much more cheese on the outside, so I like those better. If they have pretty much the same nutritional value and they taste better, I'll get the one that tastes better. If one's better for me, go with the one that's better for you. The Atkins version of that, the chips, they're really good and they're high in protein. I don't know how they bake whey protein to make it taste like a chip, but they're really good. So that's another option for you if you want like an engineered high protein good alpha male snack. So you got bars, you got cookies, and you got chips. Alright, now let me talk about some of my favorite go-to recipes. Like things you can't just buy or grab and eat, but they're still a snack, they're still really good. I'm going to call the first one chocolate mussel brownie. Delicious. Okay, so for this, take a scoop and a half, not one, not two, a scoop and a half. I've messed around with the ratios long enough. Feel pretty confident. A scoop and a half of chocolate mussel milk. 1 raw egg. I'm not telling you should eat raw egg. That's probably illegal. I'm telling you that I eat raw eggs all the time. For a lot of years. 1 raw egg. And about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, peanut oil, some good healthy oil. And you mix it all together and it turns into a batter. Yes, they do make like the keto batter stuff, but that's basically just powdered almonds or something. If you do it with the mussel milk, you get a way higher protein yield. Because you're cracking the egg and you're eating the egg yolk, getting that protein, and you're putting the oil in there so you're getting good healthy fat. It's a really good healthy snack and it's delicious. Again, protein brownie batter. Scoop and a half of chocolate mussel milk, 1 egg, tablespoon of good oil. Mix it all up. It should be really, really thick. If it's really, really thick, it's good stuff. And mix it up and eat it. It is awesome. The next one, I've been doing this for a long time. It's an easy go-to. Can carry a lot of calories. When you're, let's say, I buy peanut butter in big 30-something pound tubs or whatever. I still also have the little 1-pound jars. Wait till those are about half empty. Fill them with protein powder. You can do muscle milk. You can do just a bulk whey. For this, I've actually found, and I don't generally do it, but over the years I've messed around with different protein powders. For whatever reason, the plant-based protein, which is not my favorite a lot of the time, but the plant-based, like the pea protein, for whatever reason, it just tastes better when you mix it with peanut butter. Better than whey, and I don't know why, because by itself whey tastes better to me. But you get some of the protein powder, you dump it in there. Don't add water if you're going to store it for a long period of time. Just mix it in with the peanut butter. It'll take a while. It'll work, trust me. Mix it in with the peanut butter, and then you basically have most of a jar of high protein peanut butter. I just call it protein peanut butter. A jar of really high protein, much higher than just regular peanut butter. Really good ratio of fat to protein. And you can just carry it in the jar, put it in your truck, put it in your bag, or whatever. It is a really good alpha male snack. It's easy to make. Again, when your jar is half empty because you ate half of it anyway, you can mix that up and take it with you. The reason I say don't add water, it's tempting because it'll mix easier. If you're going to eat it right away, that's probably fine. But if you're going to store it for any length of time, you'll know that a protein mixture, especially when it gets warm, turns rancid pretty fast. If you add water to this mix, it's going to turn bad pretty fast. If you don't add water, I don't think I've ever had it turn bad. And I'm not telling you what you should do, but God gave me a nose. And when something turns, like rotten meat or rotten fish or rotten eggs, it smells rotten and I don't eat it. If it smells okay, then I eat it. That's what my nose, that's one of the reasons that I have a nose. The reason it's right in front of my mouth, so I can smell nasty stuff and don't eat it. But anyway, if you don't add the water, it should last a good long time. Anyway, those are some go-to snacks for an alpha male if you're looking to be healthy and eat healthy this year or just in general whenever you listen to this. I hope this has helped. I will put in the bio at the end after the tactical verse of the day. I don't know why you didn't miss out on that, but if you want to skip out on the bio, you can. I just re-put out Working Out Made Easy. I consider that one of the kind of classic alpha male episodes. I put it out so that if you listen to this and you want to get into working out, you can scroll back through the feed. It shouldn't be down too far. God willing, this will come out soon, and you'll be able to find both. If you want to go back and listen to that, the audio quality is not going to be as good. I did that years and years and years ago. Thanks first and foremost to God Almighty. This podcast has come a long way. And thanks to the patrons, the quality, the audio quality has really improved. I am humbled by everybody that supports this podcast. And I'm humbled even that you listen. But a special thank you to the patrons. I really appreciate you. Patrons already should be in contact with me if they want to be. If you also want to contact me, you can contact me at goodshepherdtraining.com. goodshepherdtraining.com. With that, the tactical verse. Leviticus 26. You will chase your enemies, and they shall fall by the sword before you. 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. Your enemies shall fall by the sword before you. For I will look on you favorably, and make you fruitful, multiply you, and confirm my covenant with you. You shall eat of the old harvest, and clear out the old because of the new. I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. I will walk among you and be your God, and you shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their slaves. I have broken the bonds of your yoke and made you walk upright. Men, thanks for listening. Roll into the bio and then the tactical tip. So, who am I? Who is this person talking to you from across the internet? Why should you listen? First and foremost, I am a Christian, a servant of God, and a follower of Jesus Christ. God has blessed me to do many things in my life, for I could do nothing apart from Him. U.S. Marine Corps combat veteran, did a couple of tours in Iraq. As an assaultman after my combat tours, I was an urban warfare instructor for the Marine Corps under Mojave Viper. Also served in the U.S. Army, both full-time and part-time National Guard. Also did several years in law enforcement, LAPD. I worked regular assignments and more specialized assignments. Been a private contractor for a 3-letter government agency. That's all I'll say about that. Been blessed to be a state rifle and pistol champion. And West Coast Regional Rifle Champion. Won more shooting competitions with the talent that God's given me than I can actually remember. Was blessed to be the commander of a tactical team in a large metropolitan area. Our primary job, the reason we primarily existed, was to stop active shooters. I got the opportunity to head up and be the commander of that team. I grew up around guns, hunting and shooting and competing at a very early age. Been blessed to hunt all over this beautiful country, from whitetail on the East Coast to mule deer on the West Coast, and bear and elk and all manner of things. I've even been a professional big game hunter and guide. But again, most importantly, I'm a Christian. And I am your host, Michael Melito. Tactical tip of the day. I know that many of you, or at least I believe many of you, that listen to this also listen to Gunfighter Life and other podcasts. We do all about guns, and a lot of you are into tactics and guns. I'm going to give you some good exercises that can also help with your shooting. Number 1, cardio. In order for your hands and your arms to be able to do anything, your legs have to get you there. And in general, in tactical situations, gunfighting or other types, being able to move fast is good. Don't care what Hollywood shows you with spaghetti westerns and 2 guys just standing out in the middle of the street trading shot for shot. You're better off if you move around, in my experience. So cardio is the number 1 thing that's going to help you. Even if the course of fire is not crazy strenuous, your heart rate a lot of times under pressure will go up. Being good at cardio will help with that. That's the most important. Number 2, pull-ups can really help, especially if you're getting done with your pull-ups and you hang on your fingertips as long as you can to really improve that grip strength. That's another exercise that can really help you. A good, solid grip strength is important. Being able to shoot fast is important, and grip strength can help with that greatly. The more you can keep that good crush grip without getting fatigued, because when you get fatigued you start to shake, and I shouldn't have to explain why that's not good in shooting, the better. So pull-ups, and then when you're done with your set, if you want to, hang from the bar with the tips of your fingers. That can also help. Another one, grab the plate, a standard workout plate if you don't know what I'm talking about. 25, 35, 45 pounds. Start where you need to start. Maybe start with a 10, I don't know. Work your way up, but you grab it, you hold it just straight down both sides of the plate, kind of like a steering wheel, but let it hang down. Then you lift it straight up without bending your elbows very much. You lift it, and then you look through the hole like a gun sight. You look through the hole, and if you can, flip that plate around like 180 degrees and look through the hole again and bring it back down, bring it up, flip the plate, bring it back down. That can really work on your shoulder strength and holding something steady and still. Really work on that shoulder strength, which can also help in shooting. Those are some good shooting relevant, tactical relevant exercises. Also, just in general tip, don't skip leg day. Anyway, with that, men, I'm going to close out with a verse. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. Amen.